Okay, well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to this wonderful call. It's Tuesday at 9 o'clock Pacific time on the 10th of May. I've got just a couple of points that I want us to go through today on this leaders call that I feel are particularly helpful for everyone that's participating either directly in the live call today or through the recording that they may be watching as we share this out and about throughout the course of the coming week. First of all, I want to give a couple of updates. We have our product launch coming up on the 11th, which is it's tomorrow. Please register your participation for that. There was an email that went out. This is going to be a unique product launch because they're doing it via a live stream. That makes it really exciting to me. What I would suggest, since we're all leaders on this call, that's the nature of this call specifically, is what I would suggest is that we don't just look at this call from the context of what information are we receiving, but as a leader, I'd also like you to look at how is it being delivered? What can I learn as a leader about how the company is promoting a product message here? Is there something that I can do to facilitate this type of sharing myself? Sharing product messages, stories, business opportunities, and so on with technology is a great addition. It's not a replacement of the face-to-face, but what this presentation does tomorrow is it brings it together. We've seen personal invitations come out. It's been posted on Facebook. We've had direct invitations via email. We've also had direct invitations with Jeff Isom, who's talked about it in person to us on kickoff calls. So you've got 3 different types of communication there. A fourth one here, as we see that we're repeating the message and re-extending the invitation again. There are multiple methods of invitation that are taking place: in person, in direct email, Facebook posts, sharing links, and so on. But that is a strong way to make sure that we get attendance up for events, is that we use that approach. But also, again, look at what is being delivered there in the way that it's presented. I'm going to be using this as what I consider to be a demonstration of a virtual meeting. We've been talking a little bit in my personal group of late about the importance of in-homes. Some people are doing them in their homes, and others are using them as virtual platforms where they're having Facebook events and other types of virtual events where they don't have the opportunity to have local people come and plug in. So keep in mind that we can bridge the gap there and utilize both platforms, in-home, in person, and also connect people virtually and have them participate that way as well. Recent studies have shown that linking video content to customers significantly increases their purchasing decisions. So using this platform, again, please use it not just to get information, but see it as a live, effective example that we can learn from. And let's see what we come back with for training techniques and tools that we might want to apply in our own businesses. At the same time, further announcements. As we look towards the end of this week, we've got a live event in San Francisco. We've got myself, I'm going to be there, Bernadette McBurney, Brody Craney, Dennis and Ruth Williams, and also Gary Lindner is going to be in attendance there. So we've got some great training taking place there. At the same time, on the same day, there are events up in Vancouver with Mike DiMuccio, Maddie McGee, Marty Jeffrey. Gary Lindner is also going to be linking into that call as well, that event too. So we've got some great events happening over the course of this weekend. Again, the details are available online. Do share them, promote them. If you've got people in those local areas, be sure to get the word out and promote and support the events that are happening in the area. If you have events that are coming up that you want to get promoted and supported, please let us know so that we can assist in promoting it. It might be your local event. It might be hosted by you, and you might think this isn't a Niken national regional event, but you don't know who in the network might just have other contacts in your neighborhood that might be wanting to come along and participate. If you share with us, we can share with the world and help to cross-promote and cross-pollinate, and that would be worthwhile doing. So if you do have local meetings coming up, please be sure to share the word so that we can all support and back each other. Now, I want to touch a little bit on this weekly course schedule that we've been having now since March. We're 2 months in. For those of you that are on the call that are hosts or hostesses, You'll have noticed there's been a lot of dialogue behind the scenes over this last week or so about the schedule. I want to touch on this for just a minute, and I'll send an email out to confirm this kind of direction a little bit further later on today for the hosts and hostesses. First of all, the dialogue that we've been having is really important. With any process that is evolutionary, and these things are evolutionary, there is always the need for feedback and evaluation and contribution and the sharing of ideas. So that has been really, really helpful that we've been able to have that dialogue, and it's been healthy to have some different opinions that have come forward. I remember a while back, I was wanting to hire a sales director a number of years ago prior to my time in Nikan. And I went to the managing director and said, I've got a great lead, someone that I know that would be a great sales director. And I explained him, gave his background. I said, this is who he is. These are his skills. These are his abilities. And he said, yeah, he sounds too much like you, Ben. He says, I don't think we want that. And at first, I took offense. I was like, what do you mean? I'd have thought another version of me would have been a great addition to the team. He says, we don't want that, Ben, because we want to have a more robust and complete management team. If we have everyone with the same perspective, the same skill set, we don't get the full picture. We want to have someone that has a different skill set, different perspectives, different strengths that they bring to the table. The benefit of this dialogue that we've had is that we get different perspectives. Different isn't wrong, different isn't bad. It helps us to create a more complete profile of what is needed. And that is really good. So for those that have been participating in that dialogue and giving feedback, I want to say thank you. And I want you to know that it's healthy and constructive. What we're going to do, and like I said, I'll give more complete details in time. First of all, for those that are participants, please know that whilst this dialogue is happening, and also for those that are hosts and hostesses, right now the schedule hasn't changed. Okay, we're still in that process of discussion. So please don't change what is being done until we get formal confirmation of the new approach. This approach is working, but there are some things that we want to tweak and change. There are two lines of thought that have emerged. One is, let's keep it simple. Let's have fewer calls. Let's try to make them more effective, get more attendance, and let's get fewer recordings available to make it easier for people to share. The sharing of the calls as well as the live experience both offer very important dynamics to our business, and both are very valuable. There is another line of thought that is, let's not change anything, keep it as it is. Let's just give it time to bed in and for people to get more familiar, and more people will come in over time. And of course, there is benefit in the practice because it's training the next generation of leaders. Now, what we see here in reality is there are strengths to both arguments, yeah? So what's going to happen is there's going to be two platforms that will be promoted on the Royal Alliance website. They are complementary. They are not competitive. They are complementary. One will be a basic schedule that will accommodate those that want to have a simple format for weekly calls. It'll be based upon the current format. It will have 8 a.m. calls. It'll have maybe some 3:30 p.m. calls, maybe some 6:30, 7 p.m. calls, as we currently have. But it'll be fewer in number. And that will be on one platform, the platform that was used for the Stump the Doc, for Rick Murphy's call on the Monday night, and for the Wednesday evening call with Gary Lindner. We'll use that platform for the basic format. For those that want to participate in and promote and support and get involved with the extra calls, which are still a part of the current format, well, you'll be able to do that via this platform, the Nikan Live one. So what we'll have is we'll have two calendars that complement each other. And again, keep in mind, they'll be evolutionary. There'll be some changes and tweaks that come along, but the Royal Alliance website will provide all of the answers to those questions. So in the meantime, while we get feedback, while we're sharing opinions, please know that that's important. It's valuable. We want it. We need it. And people are being listened to and heard, and responses are being provided that will accommodate the majority. So keep a lookout for that. For reference, Dave Johnson will manage the basic schedule. And for the rhythm schedule that has the more robust format, Mike DiMuccio will lead the coordination of that format. So again, these two calls, these two schedules, again, will complement, not compete. It'll accommodate those that want the simpler format, that believe that less is more. And at the same time, there'll be additional calls that will be able to accommodate those that feel that repetition is the mother of learning, that more is more, and that is good. And so there will be complementary schedules there that will be available on the Royal Alliance platform. So again, keep an eye out for that schedule. That will be made available shortly, and that will come via Dave and Mike and be uploaded onto the Royal Alliance platform. It'll be nice and easy to follow, and you can just simply see where the schedule is, click on the calls that you want to use. Mike has also confirmed that by the end of this month, he wants to have a best version of each of the calls that are in the current format available as a recording that we can use as a demonstration and example model of each of these best calls. That will be really helpful. That will replace many of the recordings that will be removed to give us a simple and easy to use recorded schedule of calls that fit the whole rhythm. And I think that will offer some great value. I have found, particularly with a multinational business that I've got, that having the recordings is a great benefit to each of us. And I find a lot of people plug into the recordings so that what we see in the live number isn't something that necessarily reflects the total audience, because the recordings are something that are very helpful. In addition to that, we can have some ongoing additions or extra calls that can provide added insights, where we've got Dr. Naidu videos, for example, that are coming in. I'm sure we can use resources such as that and some of the other experts in our organizations that can help add value to our calls going on as well. You can see we've got an extra participant jumping in behind me here. So one last note that I'd like to say, I want to keep this call brief. Like I said before, not every call needs to be 30 minutes in length. I want to keep this one tight today. Bear with me 1 second. Toby, please ask your mum. Okay. Mum is in the bath. Okay, go to her anyway. Okay, I'll get you some watermelon in a minute. There we go. I apologize. Okay, so what I'd like to say, just last of all, this is a leaders call. And so to that end, I want to extend an invitation. What would happen to your business this month if everyone in your organization got one new purchasing customer and maybe one new business partner? What would happen to your business if that one simple activity took place? There'd be power in that, wouldn't there? In fact, we'd probably double the volume or more. You know, in fact, you'd probably do more than double if you had both a business builder and a new customer joining with every active person. It's remarkable how much can be achieved when we focus on the simple. I would encourage each of us, since we're at the beginning of a month, to have as one of the critical tools that we have in our leadership activities to focus our organizations on one simple, critical, duplicable activity. Every active business partner that we have in our teams goes out with a simple commitment to find one new customer and one new business partner this month. We have an advantage this month over every other month right now because we have a product launch taking place tomorrow. Are there people that we can invite to participate tomorrow on that call? Could we get prospects on that call tomorrow? Could we get potential business partners on that call tomorrow? I think we could. I think that would be a great opportunity for us to get potential business partners and potential customers onto that call. You're going to get a professional demonstration of a brand new product that shows vitality, growth, investment in the business. It shows that the company is forward thinking, that it's investing in its future. You'll see, of course, new tools that we can have to support customers and support our business teams. This is going to be a great opportunity for each of us. Now, if we don't get people on the call tomorrow, maybe we can host our own call like that, using that as a demonstration where we can have our own live event that is in the home or online that we can have.
I want to do some more to my
Okay, in 1 minute, please. Give me 1 minute. Hop down. Thank you. So this is the joy, by the way, of when. Don't do that, please. Don't do that. Of having a wife that breastfeeds. You can only do so much at one time. So anyway, I think that is a powerful tool that we can use to grow our business this month. But it starts with us. Our teams aren't going to do that organically or instinctively without getting the direction from their leaders. If we do it ourselves, if we go out and get a new customer this way, if we go out and get a business partner this way, then good things can happen. We will share that experience with our teams, and more will happen as a consequence of what we do versus what we say. So that's my invitation to each of us today, is to make a commitment with our teams as leaders to lead from the front, to get everyone in our teams active and engaged, to get one new customer and one new business partner into the business this month. The impact of that could be tremendous. And we've got an opportunity to do that this month because we have a new product launch that is taking place. Use the live event, or use the live event as an example to follow so that we can do likewise afterwards. And let's plug in, let's connect together, and let's do that. I'm going to use that as an example. I'm going to bring people on as guests, and I'm also going to come on and host my own events like that, be it via Facebook, via being in my home, or bridging the two together. We can do that. We've got flexibility and choice here. But let's do that together and see what can happen in the month of May. The great thing about that is such a simple activity and such a simple goal can be achieved by so many and can accomplish so much. It's duplicable, it's shareable, it's easy to explain, it's easy to help people feel involved, and they can all do that because the brand new person that is fresh into the business can see that as a goal that they can achieve. And if they can achieve it, the most seasoned person can achieve it, which means we can all do it. That is something that I love. If everyone brand new or seasoned can come in and do that, then we've got something that we can really work with. Do it once, have some great success, do it again, and double your efforts, double the results. If you can do that in a week, maybe you can do it twice in a month. Maybe we can do the same again next month. And we can develop this as a pattern. One thing that I'm learning, being in the field, is that what really duplicates is the simple stuff, the things that we can do today. Having complicated systems and plans just makes it complicated and difficult. If the critical thing for duplication is simplicity. And as I said last week, simplicity is often at the far end of complexity. I get that. But as I build my personal group, and I'm pleased to say, as I'm practicing, I got 7,500 points in my personal volume, my personal group volume last month, as I'm building my personal organization. What I'm finding in that activity is that the simple things of daily and weekly activities is what makes a difference. Who are we going to reach out to today? What meetings are we going to participate in or lead this week? What in-homes am I going to do? A brand new person can do an ABC. Let's do that together. And as we do ABCs, as we do in-homes, as we reach out to new customers, and as we focus on the present today with the simple stuff, we build our business. As we get our teams to do the same, we get our business moving. The weekly calls are an addition to, they complement, they enhance, they enrich, but they don't replace all of the fundamental stuff that needs to be done. They're like a flavor enhancer. They're like seasoning on the dish if we're the master chefs. They add seasoning and flavor, they beautify, they make it look more attractive and more edible, but at the end of the day, it's all about us getting in front of people and inviting them to do the same. That's what makes the difference. So to that end, whether we have a few calls or many, it really depends on the individual. What works best for you? One of the great things that I loved when I was in San Francisco at the beginning of the year was how we sat around a table and everyone had different ways of doing the business. And what they loved was this customer-focused strategy that we have facilitates that. You can come in and you can lead with nutritionals. You don't need to buy one particular pack. to qualify or to duplicate. You can lead with sleep, you can lead with air, you can lead with water, whatever is your way, whatever your customers need. Get in front of the customers and get to senior by getting customer sales. That means there are lots of different ways to get to senior, depending on the message you have with your unique customer base. And so it is with building your business. The critical thing is we do the right amount of the right activity. And what is the right activity? Getting people on the calls, participating, doing in-homes, doing ABCs, doing entrepreneur clubs, reaching for senior, reaching for silver, reaching for Team Kaizen. It's all the same stuff, isn't it? But this system is really just about keeping it simple. So let's not get encumbered about. Let's not get so complicated in our pursuit for simplicity. Let's just keep it simple. Let's start this month with one new customer, one new business partner, and get everyone in our team to do the same. If we accomplish that, my goodness, your check will be wonderful next month. And that's what we want, because this is a business too. So thank you guys very much. I'm glad that we've all had the chance to get together today. We will get this recording sent out. And again, let's spread the message. The critical goal for today is to share that message. Get in on the call tomorrow of the live event, the live launch. Use it as a demonstration of how we can get the message out. What can we learn from that? And then set that goal, of course, to get one new customer, one new business partner. If we do that alone, those three simple things, great things can happen. Thank you all very much. And again, the next call is, of course, in just an hour's time. Please be sure to jump on that and to share it as well with everyone else. Take care, everyone, and we'll see you next week. Bye-bye.